In this video, we're going to be looking at some vocabulary that's really important for the course of the semester. So the first thing that we're going to define is a variable. So a variable is a letter that is a placeholder for a number. So a variable X, Y are the two most common. The next thing, numeric. So when we see numeric or numerical, that contains only numbers. The next one, algebraic. So if you see the root word in this one right here was number, numeric, right? Here the root word algebraic, that contains numbers, but also variables. So that's the difference between something that's only numeric and something that's algebraic. A coefficient is the number right beside the variable. So two things I want to mention about this. Every variable has a coefficient. So if I just gave you a variable X, the coefficient is not written. So that means that the coefficient is automatically a 1. So X just means 1X, but we just don't write that 1. The other thing that I want to mention is the variable is being multiplied by the coefficient. So if I wrote 2x, that means 2 times x. But 2 would be the coefficient of x. The next definition is we have a number with no variable attached. If we don't have a variable, that's just considered a constant. The next term, pun intended, that we have is called term. And a term can be any of the following. It could be just a single number, which is just a constant. So a term can be a constant. A term can just be a variable, or the product of a number and a variable, which would be like a coefficient and a variable. So this probably makes the most sense with an example. So let's do that. It says label the parts of the expression, and then we're going to determine how many terms are in the expression. So this 8 is a coefficient. The reason it's a coefficient is because it's the number beside the variable. Remember, that just means 8 times y if we needed to perform that operation. The next thing that's here is this y. The y is our variable because it's a letter. And then the next thing is the -7, and that does not have a variable attached, so that is considered a constant. In this expression, and it is an expression because it does not have an equal sign, there are 1, 2, 3 terms. One way to think about terms is they are separated by a plus or a minus. So there are 3 terms in this particular expression.